coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Yeah, I'm like, hold up, and man, I know in his mind, cause I can look at his face, he was in pure terror, man, and I guess that's the only way to be. You got two dudes that got you cornered in the stairway, and they got them Bethlehems out, and you can look in their face and know they mean business. I knew Durham meant business. I knew for a fact I meant business because he was a big joker, and I won't let him grab me. I won't let him run through me. I won't let him try to grab me. If he would have made a move, he was going to be late, you know, and I'm looking at the situation now, man, back in my mind, man. It's like I'm fresh in here, man. Ain't even on here a good minute now. I'm already in a life or death altercation. You see what I'm saying? A life or death altercation. It's not even my own. It's not even my own, but this is what prison do. You end up getting caught up in a lifestyle before you know you caught up in it. Because this is the way they living in there. This is what's going on. These is daily activities, you know. So anyway, man, Daryl started getting down on him. So Daryl started talking to him. I mean, what's up? What's up? You think I'm playing with you, man? You think because you big or something, or you done put some work in before, that you ain't got to pay my money, that you gonna take my money? And he was like, nah, it ain't like that, man. It ain't like that. I ain't trying to take your money, man. I just, no, man, it ain't you been nothing, man. I want my money, man. When you gonna have my money? You got till the end of the day to have my money, man. Straight up, if you ain't got my money, you know what it is. He was like, I'm gonna get the money, man. I'm gonna get the money. Even if I got the bond, I'm gonna get the money, Daryl. But you know, it ain't like that, man. I just been going through something, man. But I'm gonna get the money, man. I always pay you, man. He said, I don't care what you always do. I want my money now, man. You been owing me for 3 weeks. He said, man, I'm gonna have your money today, man. I'm gonna have your money today. That's my word. Daryl said, all right, man. I'm telling you, bro. You better have my money, man. That's straight like that. Have my money, man, or come at me, man, because I'm coming at you. He was like, I'm gonna have it, man. So boom. He rolled up, go on up there. Me and Daryl, you know, tuck the joint, go on back up to the cell. I think at that point right there, he basically said it out of his mouth, but I knew, you know, he kind of knew the caliber of dude I was, but I think that solidified it for him. You know what I'm saying? That solidified it for him. He told me, he was like, young man, I ain't want you to get involved in that, man, but I see, you know, you trained to go, man. He said, you a real soldier, man. He said, I F with you for real. You know what I'm saying? Anything I got in the cell, yours, anything you need, man, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, vice versa. So from that point on, you know, that's why our bond was built that. You know what I'm saying? We built our bond just straight like that. And he was like my brother, man. And every time he got on or had something, man, he always made sure I had something. He always made sure I was straight. And that's how we carried it, man. And he was a good dude, man. He was a real good dude. His baby mom used to come see him and bring his little son. He had one little son. He loved his little son to death, man, little D. And yeah, man, we had a bond, man. So I got in a routine of you know, just training, you know, the box, working out, man, with him, you know, reading a little bit, and just basically staying to myself. The dudes I was kicking it with was the DC dudes, because I ain't really know nobody else. I started meeting other people and eventually started, you know, kicking it with a couple of other people. But for the most part, I stayed in my little circle and I observed and I just paid attention, you know. And I always, from that point on, even whenever I seen Fleet, I always had my eye on him because, like I say, in prison, you turn your back, you get late. So I always had my eye on him. He paid the money. He came up with the money. He gave him that money. He brought him that money back that day. You know what I'm saying? By dinner time, he brought him that money back. And I always just kept my eye on him because whenever you have an altercation like that with somebody, or you don't pull something on them or you don't threaten them, then you don't know what their frame of mind is. You know, I know my frame of mind. If somebody do it to me, I ain't gonna never feel safe around. So I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna try to get rid of it. So I think that people think like I think. And that's the way I always look at people. Even all the way fast forward to, like I said, he was right there when I made parole. Even when I seen him, I still had that in my mind, you know, to keep my eye on him. You know, I never like really, you know, was fully comfortable around him. Although he said it was squads, well, we even talked about it before. He remember it wasn't nothing, man. Yeah, we was young, doing things, woo. But I still kept my eye on him because you never know. You know, you don't know what's in a person heart. You don't know how they feel. They can have a bad day and remember that and say, well, I'm going to get him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I always thought in my mind. But yeah, man, so I started trying to, like I say, get acclimated with it, man. I was really into that boxing thing, man. Oh, man, Lord. I remember, like I say, started training. I've told y'all before with the little dude up there, Kaya. You know, he was a beast up there. You know, I was doing my thing with him, sparring with him a couple of times. But, man, they had another dude up there, man, from Richmond. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, this got to be one of the funniest, craziest characters that I met. I may have to do a whole story on him, man. Y'all remind me, man. He got to be one of the funniest, craziest characters I met in my bit, man. He just popped in my head while I'm telling this story, because as I told y'all, I don't even write this down. I just go off memory. But, man, this dude named Angelo Ford. Angelo Ford from out of Richmond, man. Salute. I hope you somewhere out there doing good, man. But, hey, he was from Richmond, man. And he was cut up and ugly as a dog, man. Ugly as a dog and funny as any comedian you will ever meet, because his actual funny was him being serious. The way he talked, it always sounded like he was drunk. And, man, he just was so funny, but he'd be dead serious and could rumble, man. I mean, he could rumble. Worked out, man. That's how we got to knowing each other, for being out there jogging and working out together and everything, man, and getting in that ring, man, and sparring each other and stuff, man. But that dude was super funny, man, on some being serious stuff. And, I mean, some of the funniest things I can remember came from him, man. I remember one time, man, I was at the property room with him, and we was trying to pick up our property. Back then, when you get property sent in and stuff, you still could get certain things sent in, clothes, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I think on Augusta, you could still get your people to send you a package like once every couple of months. It had, hygiene items in it, underwear, personal underwear, t-shirts, stuff like that. So I can remember being over there one day at property trying to pick up my property, and Angelo was over there trying to pick up his property. And he arguing with the property officer, because the property officer telling him in order to get his package, he got to turn something in. You couldn't get new underwear, t-shirts, whatever, without turning in old ones, because it was a limit of what you could have. So he was like, what do you mean? And she was like, you got to turn something in to get your new stuff. I can't give it to you if you ain't got nothing to turn in. Man, that stuff old and gone, man. What are you talking about? She said, that's why you need to turn it in. You need to keep, well, I'm going to keep something old and wore with holes and stuff in it for. She said, well, I don't know what tape is for. I can't get, he said, since when they doing all that? She said, check your rule book. It's in the rule book. These been the rule. He said, man, that stuff played out, man. They got new rules, man. Give me my stuff. And, man, I just remember laughing so hard, because he was dead serious. He was talking, man, they tell me some rule, man, that stuff done played out, man. Man, girl, you better get my property up in here before I get to turn stuff up in this joint, I'm trying to tell you. And he'll get the heights in his pants up, man, like an old man. And he be like, I'm telling you right now, you better get ready to call some people. I'm going to tear this joint up in here. And, man, he was serious, man. Then the police there, she'll call the police. The officers will come in there 2 or 3 deep. Tell me, what's the problem? He said, man, look, I got property up here. My people send me that property, man. I'm telling you right now, I don't get that property. Man, hey, we going to jail today. You don't get that check today. I'm telling you, they tell the guy, get my property. So they tell me, man, we can't get your property. Whatever, man, you got to leave. You got to go back to your building. I ain't going nowhere. What's up? He said, Ford, I'm telling you, man, what's up? I'm dead. I want my property, So then the sergeant come down there and tell me, hey, what's going on? He said, man, the same thing. I want my property. Sergeant said, look, man, I'm tired of talking. I'm going to get my property, or we going to get some wreck, man. What we going to do? And the sergeant said, oh, you threaten me? Man, look, and step right to him and start bop, 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 and they rumbling. They jump on him, then they call it 1033. Police come from everywhere. I mean, he putting in work though, man. The dude could rumble. He had a big old heart, man. He be dead serious. They think he be drunk or he be playing till they find out the hard way. He'll fight the police, fight dudes, And it don't even matter to him. He go back in the hole, man, be back there for a couple of months, come right back out. Yeah, they thought I was playing, man. I gotta get back in shape. And he work out hard, man. He get out there on that yard and work out hard. But that was his whole persona, man. The dude was crazy. He was just one of them dudes that he just ain't care. He ain't care nothing about no drama. He ain't care nothing about going to jail. He ain't care nothing about none of that. And you meet dudes like that in there like him. I mean, man, old Ford was great and funny, man. And I got to say this one last story about it before I leave, because I'm thinking about it. I remember, fast forward, we was in the hole one time together, and he argued with this big white dude back there. And the big white dude post can fight, and he arguing with the gate arguing. We locked up, you can't see each other, so they arguing on the gate. So they tell me, well, when we go out for rec, then we gonna get it popping, then we gonna see what's going on. Yeah, woo. So Ford, Angelo keep on telling, man, you all right, you gonna get it now. Don't poke out on me, come on out there. White boy say, I'm coming, woo. So when we go out on the yard, it said we in a cage. Now at this time, they eventually moved it to one cage, each individual, because of this, all the fights. But at first, it's a big cage where they're going to put 15 in this cage, 15 in that cage. So when we go out, it depended on what tier you on if you're going to go in the cage. So they going in the cage together, me too. So, man, we get out there in the cage for that wreck that morning, man. I never forget it, man. When the police leave and everything. So Angelo holler over. He on one side of the fence, Angelo on the other side of the fence. He said, you ready? You ready? He pulling his pants up. Old boy come out, white boy won't scare. He big old white boy walk up to him and say, yeah, I'm ready. Come on, you tell me you can fight? You can fight. Man, he swung a punch at Angelo, man. Angelo slipped that jump, hit him with an uppercut over right hand. Boom. He stumbled back. When he stumbled back, he ran up on him. He hit the fence. When he hit the fence, Angelo unloaded on him. Bang, 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 bang. Man, blooded him up, busted him all up, man. He had dude lip bleeding, nose bleeding, eye bleeding. Dude slumped down up on the fence, and you can't even make this up, man. And Angelo actually looked down at him and said, "You had enough? You had enough?" Dude said, "Yeah, I had enough." And Angelo said, "I told you I was good, didn't I? I told you I was good." And then he walked over to us. He said, "Didn't I tell him I was good? I told him I was good, man." This dude was crazy, man. Shout out Angelo Ford, man, if you out here, bro. I hope you out here somewhere, man. But yeah, I got many stories of him like that, man. He was a loose cannon. He didn't care. Whatever it was, he come on with it. You know what I'm saying? And he that was his Achilles heel. He liked to get high too. So if he can't get it and you got it, he coming and get it. You know what I'm saying? Even if he got to fight for it. If you got it, he can't get it, let's go to jail, because we gonna rumble. Because that's how he carried it. But yeah, man, it was just so many different type of characters on there, man. So many different type of people. And like I said, and then you got to look at the staff, man. Like I remember I told y'all the staff was racist, man. They was ultra racist. I told y'all they had them twin brothers up there, them Boyers brothers. Pure snakes, vicious. They identical twins. Both of them was lieutenants. Both of them was nasty, lying, conniving. They'll blame some on one of them. They blame it on the other one. When you talk to them about a problem, he tell me, you ain't talk to me, you talk to my brother. They play all these games. But they was up there. They was vicious. But like I say, it was a racist joint. But they had a black dude up there who had just made major. And to this day, I think he a warden somewhere. Big old dude too, about 6'5". His name was Braxton. And he was the major up there eventually. And man, they hated him, man. They hated him because he was black, and they hated him because he had the position that he had. And man, they used to do vicious stuff to him, man. But he wouldn't leave. He stood up to him. I heard he done whooped a couple of the officers out in the parking lot before. They done rolled the N-word, spray painted the N-word on his car in the parking lot. They done flat his tires. They done bust his windows out. And these his co-workers, you know what I'm saying? Or subordinates, they work for him, but they done did it, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't like him up there because, like I say, they was used to being around their own people. But yeah, they had that dynamic going on up there. So you really ain't, had nothing coming when it came to you against the officer, or what I'm saying, your word against theirs, because they ain't believing nothing you say. They're gonna drag you. They had the tendency to get you up there and get you in them handcuffs and beat you, man. When you had them handcuffs on, they were vicious up there. They was getting away with a lot of stuff, and so you had to know that when you was dealing with them. You really had to know it, but you had to set your mark. If they ever beat you, you got to come back at them twice as hard to let them know, if you do it again, this is how I'm coming. And somebody gonna end up losing their life. Y'all gonna kill me, or I'm gonna kill y'all. But you ain't just gonna be beating me, and I ain't gonna do nothing about it. If you didn't let them know that, then that's what they was gonna do to you. Every time you was late, or every time you got smart, and they got them cuffs on you, they was gonna put them thumpings on you, boy. And I'm telling you, they had the nightsticks and stuff back then. So yeah, they was cracking some heads, man. And yeah, so you had, like I say, you got to get used to the atmosphere. You got to get used to the people you're around, what they doing, how they carrying it on the camp, man. And it was all coming at you fast. You ain't got no whole lot of time to be, you got to be able to process this stuff and see what's going on. You got flim-flam artists up there, dudes is coming up there with games, dudes coming up there trying to sell you stuff they done stole from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Dudes telling you, let me borrow this money, I'm going to give you that back, or that's my word. I mean, dudes sneaking in your cell. You had the creep thieves, they sneak in your cell when you gone, come back, try to steal all your stuff, going out your cell. It just was, it was eye-opening, man. It was eye-opening, but I had, by then, I'm learning, but I'm in full bloom too. I'm in full go mode, because anything that come near me, I'm just gonna react violently. I had already locked it up in my mind, because I see what's going on. I see how they carrying it, and I see that's the only thing they listen to. So period. I won't, trying to beef with nobody at that time. I won't start nothing. I was locked in on the boxing, but all of my little altercations either came from somebody just not liking me, somebody was felt some type of way about the way I was acting with the boxing thing, like I was him, because I felt like I was him, and if you ain't like it, put the gloves on. So, but almost all my altercations came from that, man, or either from somebody that I was cool with, they had an altercation, and I stepped in for them. Because I felt like if you was cool enough to be my cell partner to sleep with me, man, then, or I was cool with you, then you was cool enough to go to war for, because like I said, when you get in prison, friends is gonna be few and far in between, especially real ones, especially ones that is who they say they is, ain't gonna do what it needs to be done when time come for it to be done. So that was a lot of my problems right there, besides my own, and then like I say, you cell partners, man, that's a whole nother ball game. If you get stuck with a crazy cell partner, because you will, as I done told y'all, or a dirty cell partner, or just a no good cell partner, period, a lot hard to do, then, man, it's going to make your time that much harder. And every time I had one like that, I did my best to get rid of them, And then, like I say, when time went on, that changed. You try to get rid of your cell partner, you going to jail. So you be stuck with whoever they give you if you weren't willing to go to jail, So the dynamics, man, it's just so many dynamics of prison. And then, like I say, you're not going to learn them all in a short period of time. All of this takes experience. You have to go through a lot of process to get there. But like I say, Augusta was a different animal, man. And I can remember, like I say, I don't remember exactly what it was or why they came and moved me. I don't know whether, they kept putting Daryl on the investigation for drugs or whatnot. And he kept coming up out of it because he was smart. He ain't never actually get caught with the drugs. But I know they ended up moving me too, because they used to always question me, and I don't know nothing. I don't know what's going on. When you in the cell with them, I don't care who I'm in the cell with. I'm in the cell with whoever y'all put me in here with, and I don't know nothing, so don't ask me nothing. So they eventually end up moving me, and I remember they moved me not only out the block, they moved me out the building. So I went from the building all the way on the left, I'm trying to remember what it was. It might have been C and D building, man, all the way down to A and B building. And when I went in there, that was when I eventually met and ran into Chucky. Y'all done heard about Chucky, and how the situation went with me and Chucky, because I went right in the block with the foolishness. Started gambling, got in the altercation with Chucky because I ain't want to pay the money. You know, long story short, like I told y'all, go watch the Chucky video. Me and him end up becoming like brothers, you know. Salute to Chucky too, man, out here on the street. But, you know, and then, you know, I was around my homeboy Boo, man. Boo is like my brother. Hopefully I'll bring him to y'all one day. He is unfortunately incarcerated right now up in Maryland, but he should be out within a year. He ended up being my lifelong brother. He was from the city as well. Thorough soldier, 100%. So, but when I moved down there to this building, they ended up putting me in the cell with a dude named Junie, right? Whole nother that story, man. And Junie was a big dude, man. I mean, muscle big. He was big, cut up, super small waist, flat stomach. You know, all he did was worked out, which y'all already know about, or if you've been watching my story, you know about Jew-Man. Jew-Man and Junie was partners. They was in the little weightlifting crew. Jew-Man had a little crew up there. Well, he didn't have a little crew. He was in the crew, right? But they had a little weightlifting crew. I used to call them the weightlifting mob because all of them was young and all of them was big. Even Jew-Man. Jew-Man had decent size on them. All of them, all they did was when they went out there, when them doors opened, they went to the weight pal. They worked out every day, rain, snow, sleet, or shine. If they opened them doors up, them dudes was going out there on their weight pal, put their work in. So Junior was my seller. He was in their little crew, old muscle dude. But he, to me, straight up, man, Junior was a straight cornball, man. He was goofy as I don't know what. He was a cornball, but, you know, like I say, he was big. I mean, big. So, you know, he intimidated dudes. Plus, he had his little crew behind him. So he talk his talk and do his little thing. But to me personally, man, his heart was always in question, man, you know. But like I say, as far as me and him, we got along all right. We weren't like super tight, but we was cool. He you know what I'm saying? I could deal with him, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never really had no arguments, no beef or nothing like that. He respected me. Therefore, I respected him, and we coexisted in the cell, right? But like I say, he my celly, you know what I'm saying? And Jew-Man at the time was in the cell with a dude named Ty. Man, I've spoke about Ty before, I believe, on my page, man. But if I didn't, man, Ty was he was out Virginia Beach. Man, that dude was built like a real live bodybuilder. I'm talking about cut up everywhere from head to toe, strong as I don't know what, cool dude. I think I did speak about it before because I was speaking in the terms of star, and I say, well, oh yeah, Ty didn't cuss. Ty was country as I don't know what. You say things like ham pots and shucks and shoot. He never cussed, never ever cussed. So actuality, he was the first dude I met didn't cuss, and you know, they won't religion or none of that. And then Star was the second. But Ty was the first one. Super big, man. Strong as all outdoors. Built forward, tough, solid. And he just was a good dude. He ain't started no trouble. He ain't no larceny with him. But he ran a store box. But it was understood. You ain't gonna play with his money. And you can look at him and tell he won't type of dude you try to play with his money anyway. So he ain't never really had that many problems, man. And like I say, he was kind of hard to do, you know, because of his demeanor. But, man, I'm telling you, man, when I'm talking about just solid, strong, man, everything about him, man, he just felt like steel, man. He worked out so much that his muscles were so developed that if you touch him, he just felt so hard, like rock hard. He used to actually hang up on the pull-up bar, cross his legs, and bet dudes money that they couldn't punch him in the stomach and make him fall down, you know, and you can get as many shots as you want. That's how solid he was. I've actually seen it done. I've actually punched him in his arm. He said you punch him in his arm as many times as you want, and he ain't gonna flinch or move, and you'll get tired before you do, or you end up hurting your hand or bending your wrist. And it was true. Yeah, that's how tough he was. And I never seen him lose his cool except for one time. I don't know. I think I told that when the karate dude tried him and made a big mistake. Big mistake. That's the only time I actually seen him put work in himself. You know, I've seen him in other altercations with him getting ready to talk about, but that's the only time I actually seen him put work in himself. And trust me, it was worth the price of admission, because he won't playing, And I had never seen him lose. And even though that, even though he was in a fit of rage and doing what he was doing, and it took a couple of us to get him up off the dude, he still won't even cuss. He won't even cuss him, man. That's just how much control he had with his vocabulary, that just wasn't even part of his vocabulary. So even when he got mad, which the few times that he did, he didn't even use profanity. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was their little crew, man. And I'm trying to think of the other dude, man. Ty was the biggest, and old other boy, man, real dark skin, man. I can't think of what his name was, man. But he was the one that looked the most menacing because he was so dark skinned and so big, huge, big old chest, big arms, and he just was always gritting. But if you put it to the test, when it came down to my money, I would have put my money on Ty to be the hardest one in the clique and the most dangerous one in the clique. But that was their little crew, man. They had Ty, they had Marcelo Jr., they had Jew-Man, they had two other dudes that I never really knew that well. They was in different buildings. It's about 7 or 8 of them, man. But there was a little clique, little mob, man, that if you had a problem with one of them, you was going to have some problems with all of them, you know. And then, like I say, in prison, I learned that fast in prison, man, that size is an intimidating factor. Now, whether or not you can rumble or not is two different things. You could be big as I don't know what, and I've seen dudes like they can't rumble a bit, but it's going to keep the weight up off them until someone actually get enough heart to try them and expose them. And then you might try them, and then, you know, you might find out you awaken a giant. But I've seen dudes that was built like that and big like that, and when the test came to their heart, they fold like lawn chairs, and they was never the same because it's like, man, world news in there. Once that happened, man, everybody know, man, and then your respect is gone, and people gonna be coming at you sideways that would have never came at you that way before, but now they look at you different, they gonna treat you different, you know. And like I said, I seen animals, man. I remember, like I say, I think I said that on another channel or something before, but when I remember going out on the yard one time, one of the first things I remember when going out there before, I seen this huge white boy named was Zach. And man, he was walking across the yard from a distance, and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at the silhouette, and I'm like, man, this dude can't be that big. And this man was huge, man. I'm talking about like Arnold Schwarzenegger huge, and he had this long hair, because this is before they made you cut your hair. He had this long old hair like the Fabio books, the covers of it, more romance novels. That's how he looked. And then he was walking across the yard, they had on nothing but a pair of Levi's, no shoes, no nothing. And man, he was an animal. That boy was about 240, 250, big as I don't know what, lift everything on the weight pile. And then, you know, I'm looking at him and looking at his physicality, but then they say that he was a homosexual, you know, so who know? You know what I'm saying? But that's what the rumor was about him. But by you physically looking at him, man, he looked like he wanted to be messed with. And I've seen him on the weight pile lifting everything out there. Big as I don't know what, man. But you never can judge a book by the cover because, like I say, I seen small dudes, little bitty dudes, that straight killers. You know, I mean, we'll take that Bethlehem and put so many holes in you, man, you look like a basketball net. And they was serious, and they didn't care who the opposition was. That just was their stance, and you knew that dealing with these type of people. I had a little homeboy named Speedy, man, and Speedy known in the system for being deadly and dangerous. And Speedy was probably about 5'6", 135 pounds. But won't nobody willing to test him because he had already been tested and he had been proven forward, tough, and not to be played with. You know, but like I say, that size and that illusion would get you in trouble. Now, I can remember Junior being my cellie. And we had been sellers for a minute now, man. And like I say, we coexisted or whatever, you know. But like I say, I didn't never think that he was, you know, had that. And man, I can remember that's a whole nother series I might tell you about too, man. He got to beefing with this dude named Charles over some money that he owed for the store box. He hadn't paid him in a while. Now Charles, let me tell you about Charles. Charles was a big dude. Probably about 6'4", solid, 220, 225, solid, work out all the time. But Charles was in a homosexual relationship with a homosexual named Boo Boo. From the moment I got on this compound, they was together. When I left, they was together. Now the thing about them is, Charles was the man. Boo Boo was the homosexual in their relationship in prison. Boo Boo had breasts, light skin, looked like a girl, and all of that, acted like a girl. But when it came time to rumble, if Charles got the rumbling, Boo Boo was gonna get the rumbling. I got some incidents I can tell y'all about, man, where they got it in. They got the rumbling with people. I'm talking about stabbing, fighting, busting people in the head with big boombox radio, you know, like off of like Radio Raheem. We had them back then. Yeah, whatever he got into, they was gonna get into. So, but they argue all the time and fight like married couples. So this one particular night, they arguing and they beefing about something, and they arguing the whole pod looking up there and see, but then we used to it. They like, man, they arguing up there again, you know. So Boo Boo done start throwing his clothes and stuff out the cell, telling him he got to move, whatever. So they arguing so much, and people so used to seeing it like me, I wasn't even impressed by it. I went on in my cell. So evidently, Charles is mad because of what's going on with him and Boo Boo. So now he's taking his frustration out on everybody who owe him money. So he started going around because he feel embarrassed about what's happening to him in front of all these dudes. So now he started going around with his little pay list of people who owe him, like, man, where my money at? You got my money, woo, woo, woo. So, you know, he taking his frustration out on other people. So my cellie Junior owed him some money. So Junior was upstairs with some dudes kicking it, drinking wine, talking trash. And he come out and he run into Charles. So Charles see him and pull up on him and ask him about his money in an aggressive manner. So I guess Junior was feeling himself because, like I say, Junior, big dude, as physically, he bigger than Charles. You know, he's shorter, but he bigger. So Junior like, man, don't be pulling up on me about that, man. I told you I'm going to pay you when I mean. So Charles got even firm with him and told him, man, you going to pay me my money. I don't care nothing about that. You owe me. I can pull up on you any kind of way I want. You owe me. So Junior supposed to have said, man, you better get the F out of my face. Bloop, bloop, knocked him out. Flat. I'm talking about boom. He hit the ground. Supposedly he unconscious. The dudes he was in the cell with come out. Like, oh, what's up, man? What's up? Ooh. Charles said, man, that's between me and him. Charles go in the cell. They get Junior up, revive him, like, boom, you all right, man? What's going on? What's up, man? You woo, woo, woo. Junior like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm downstairs in the cell. I had just finished working out. I'm in there brushing my hair. I just got out the shower. I'm in there brushing my hair. So he comes in the cell, and when he walk in, I look, see it's him. He mumbling. I could barely hear him. He was like, I'm like, what's up with you, man? Because I could see the look on his face, like, you know, he a little distraught. So I said, what's up with you, man? And he say, man, old man Charles, man, knock me out, man. So I say, what? He said, man, old man Charles, man, dude, knock me out. So I didn't think I heard what I thought he said. So I said, what did you say? He said, man, Charles, man, swung on me, man, knocked me out. I said, when? He said, just a little while ago. I'm like, what? So I step out the cell and look around, see what the atmosphere is, check the temperature, see what's going on. I step back in, I say, so you mean to tell me he hit you and knocked you out? He was like, yeah. I said, for what? He said, oh, some money, John, man, but don't worry about it. I'm straight. And I said, well, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my cellie. You know, now he got his weightlifting buddies in there. He ain't said nothing to him. Jew man and Ty sleep right over here. So I'm like, man, let's go, man. So he was like, oh, nah, don't worry about it. I'm going to get him. I'm like, you going to get him? When? He said, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him on my own time. So I'm saying in my mind, man, this dude just knocked you out. The time is right now. What's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with you, you know. And he was like, nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got him. Man. But yeah, he was like, you know, so I'm mad now. And I'm starting to look at him in a different way now because you in the cell with me. So everything you do is a reflection on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all out of pocket, man. I'm looking for drama now. So I wait for a minute, I'm brushing my hair, I'm looking at him, I'm so disgusted. I go out in the block, and I'm standing out there for a minute, then I said, man, I'm going to holler at the old dude. So I go up there and holler at him, boom, 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 what's up? He come out, man, he said, what's up? I said, man, look, man, what's up with you and my cellie, man? He was like, that between me and him, man. You know what I'm saying? He was disrespectful, he owed me money. That's between me and him. If he won't, you know what I'm saying, some get back, he trying to run again, tell him come on up here. We can go one-on-one. He can get whatever he want. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna get my money. So I'm looking at him and I know everything he's saying he right, but I'm looking, you know, see if he gonna come all crazy on me, cause I'm like, man, I'm vexed about that, cause you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? Okay. You know, he was like, yeah, you know, I ain't got no problem with you. I ain't got no problem with you at all, man. It's your selling, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell him to get my money. I said, I ain't gonna tell him nothing. You done already told him. I just was trying to figure out what the beef was, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no drama coming in there to that sale. He said, I ain't got no beef with you, man. I said, yeah, all right. So I peel out. But I'm a little vexed, man. I'm more vexed at him than anything, because he talking about he gonna wait. What did you waiting for? When somebody do something to you, you do something right then and there. You don't let that stuff linger around or nothing. So I go in there with him, man, and everything, man. I don't even hardly say nothing to him for the rest of the night, right? So the next day, I told the story before, so if you heard it, you bear with me. I'm gonna move on to something else, but I think it's relevant to what I'm talking about. But I go ahead on and bear with him, man, and then you know the next day I'm assuming he told his crew, you know, he told Ty and all them, and then like I told you, Ty hum a dude, but he gonna roll with his boys. He ain't gonna start nothing, but he'll finish something. You know what I'm saying? And Jew-Man at the time there, Jew-Man with whatever type of business they want to be with. If they trying to get it in, he gonna be the loudest one. He gonna be with them. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, he had a mean little crew. I can't think of this other dude's name, man. I hope I do for this video over. But anyway, like I say, man, so, man, he run around, man. A couple of days go by. I'm looking at him in pure disgust. He up in this cell, man. I'm like, man, this dude crazy as I don't know what. But he telling me, yeah, man, yeah, I know you think I forgot about old boy, but I got something for him. I said, yeah, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It don't even make me no difference. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, I told you when you should have handled it. I got him, though. I got him. I said, yeah, all right. So I wasn't even really trying to, you know what I'm saying, holler at him. But anyway, man, like I said, a couple of days go by, maybe a week. And back then, man, you could have all these personal items, man, which they eventually took out the system. But back then, you could have personal robes. You could order like from J.C. Penney's or whatever. Personal towels, washcloth. You know, it wasn't really nothing, but it was something because it was something that gave you a sense of feeling like you had something of your own, something that was different from everybody else. Because everybody wear the same clothes, everybody wear the same this, that, and the third, same boots, everything, underclothes. Unless you ordered or had people that love you enough, send you money, you could order your own personal stuff. You could have your own personal underwear with it just one white. You could have, you know, colored boxers or, you know, different colored robe. You know, so it made you give you a sense of you had something, man, when you won't just locked out from everybody else, man. I felt good when I had my own stuff. But saying that, I say that to say this. Because you go get in the shower at the time on Augusta, it ain't number 4 showers. 80 dudes, 82 dudes now, 4 showers. So when you go get in the shower and you hang your towel across, you know what I'm saying, the plexiglass in the back, people can look at your towel and tell the people had the different showers, different towels, the distinctive towel, they knew who was in the shower. You know, little small things like that you get used to by you know, muscle memory. Oh, that's such towel, that's such, you know, that's such robe. So on this particular day, Charles, he done got in the shower, right? Boo-boo up there in they cell, and to put the thing in the door. You put a pillow or something in the door, cover the door when you're using the bathroom, taking care of your personal business or whatever. You didn't supposed to, but everybody did it. You know what I'm saying? So he done put something up in the door. Charles in the shower. You can know what shower he in because of the towel. This was dangerous as well because there are people plotting on you. They know where you at and when you there. So Charles, when he got in the shower, whatever, evidently Junie and his crew, you know, Jew-Man and crew, they done plotted on the man, and the rest of these dudes that's in the crew don't even sleep in the block. So we out in the block, you know, everything going on, it's evening time or whatever. Next thing you know, you see Jew-Man, Ty, Junie, them coming in the block with the other dudes. They don't sleep in there. They already out of pocket. So that's going to automatically alert people something going on. Now, all these cats is in the block. They go to Ty cell, they church up, whatever, get the game plan together, woo. So I'm standing over in the corner, but I'm peeping all of this. So I see Junie come to the cell. He sleep with me. So he go in the cell. So when he go in the cell, I go in the cell behind him, asking what's up, because I see the play. So he said, oh no, I'm going to take care of my business. I'm going to handle that. I said, oh yeah. He said, yeah. So boom, he get him a little padlock. We got the little master lock. He get him a padlock. He put the padlocks on his hand like brass knuckles. So he grab a cup and he come out, right? So I go out by the cell. I stand by my cell. I'm just watching to see this extravaganza unfold. So I'm standing over there. I'm waiting, and he's just standing over there by the hot water tank, which is right by the shower. When you come out the shower, you step over the lip, and then you look to your right is the hot water tank. If you look to your left, that's the booth that operates the doors or whatever the person is working up there. So he's standing right there for a while. Ty come over there and say something to him for a minute. They go back over there. All the weightlifting crew stand over there by Ty's cell. So they waiting for about 5-10 minutes, and the water stop. And then I guess he waiting for Charles to come out the shower. So Charles is in the shower. Charles then got himself together, whatever, but we in prison. Normally when you in prison, man, dudes come out the shower. Sometimes they ain't got nothing on but they robe. Some dudes come out, they get so comfortable. They come out with just a towel wrapped around them and then they shower shoes and walk on to their cell. I ain't never done that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never get that comfortable. I ain't never do that. When I come up out that shit, shower, I'm at my shoes on and I'm be dressed enough where at least I got on some shorts, maybe a white beat or something, but I'm gonna have on some shorts, but I'm gonna have my shoes on for reasons just like this. So he come out the shower, he got a towel wrapped around him, right? He got his washcloth, his soap dish, whatever else in his hand, shampoo. So he come out, stump his feet, step across the lip. Soon as he step across the lip and turn and look, Junie throws some hot scalding water in his face and take off on him. Boom! Punch him in the face. He fall back down on the floor. Junie jump on top of him and start pounding. Now, mind you, Junie big, like I say, bigger than him in muscle-wise. But Charles ain't no little cat by no means, no stretch of the imagination. So they rumbling all on the ground. Junie hitting them, Jew-man, all them hollering, kill him, man, beat him, beat his butt, blah, 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 all the, profanities and whatnot. So, man, Charles is scrambling and trying not to get hit. Junie trying to hit him all in the head with the locks. Man, next thing you know, man, he done maneuvered himself in a way where he up under Junie and they tussling all over the floor. Now, I wanted to stop this right here just to tell y'all this, for all y'all young cats watching this. Now, all of this going on and you supposed to have somebody in the booth that's supposed to be the security. Had she been on her job and paying attention to this would have stopped right there because she would have called the code and the people would have came running. She ain't nowhere to be seen. She ain't even paying attention to this. This lets you know how you can get killed in penitentiary. Because had that Bethlehem been in play, there wouldn't have been no knots in the head. There would have been some poking going on and dude would have been dead. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I tell y'all. Ain't nobody going to save your life in prison but yourself, But anyway, they rumbling. Charles and got up on the man and Charles went from being on the ground getting punched. Blood is already, circulating right now. He bleeding. Charles got on his knees from on the ground to on his knees to standing straight up and picked Junie all the way up off the ground and slammed him down so hard, man, you could feel the pod shake. Boom! Then he got on top of him. He started beating him. Junie still got the locks. Junie covering up. They tussling and rustling around. They get back to their knees. Now they tired. They super tired. You can see it's like a wrestling. They just swinging, super tired, trying to hit each other. And they holler, get him, man, get him, get him. So they tussling, but to me, it looked like Junie done lost his heart now because dude fighting back so hard. And it's like he's starting to get out on Junie. So he grabbed him again, pick him up and boom, slam him back down to the ground. They rolling over, tussling. This like a real drag out fight. Then they holler, man, come on, Junie, come on. So they get up, both of them real slow. When they separate, they get up real slow. And they like in slow motion, have blood all over the floor. Charles trying to keep from slipping. His towel done fell off. He fighting buck naked. You know what I'm saying? Junie got the locks on his hand. So they tell him, get him, man. Get him, man. Don't let him. Get him. So Junie like hesitating. Then he swing, hit him. Boom. Charles back up. When they holler, get him, get on him. Man, it's like I'm watching the whole thing and I'm watching his face. he like look over, and I guess that moment it acknowledged to him, this cat got all his buddies in here, all these weightlifting dudes right here with him, and he ain't got nobody. And he just, boom, look at them, look back at Junie. Junie hesitate, he take off running. He run, he sleep upstairs. He run up the stairs. His door is blocked and locked because, you know, the boy in there doing whatever he doing. So he go upstairs. When he go upstairs, his cell is right there. He don't even go to his cell. He just zoom down that way. And some people got their door open, some don't. So I can remember them hollering, man. I think it was either Ty or Ju, man. They said, man, get him, man. Don't let him run to his cell. He might be going to get a knife, man. Get him. So Junior started running up there behind him. He run down the tier to the first open cell he seen, and he run in the cell, which was two white boys, two young white boys sleep together. And he started banging on the top of the joint. That's how you get your door closed. Bang, 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 close my door, close my door. So the lady in the booth must have noticed and heard the noise and look over there. She see this big, tall, black dude, buck naked, standing in the door that she know ain't his, hitting it, bleeding profusely. Close the door, close. So she panicked and she closed the door. He locked in the cell now with two white boys, and they can't get to him. He locked in, so he get up there to the cell. He said, yeah, I told you I was going to get you. I told you I was going to get you. They hollered, come on, man, we got to go. We got to go. They called the police. We got to go. So he tell them, man, go back down. They try to get their game plan together, man. Tell them to change your clothes, change your T-shirt, take the blood shirt off. They change that stuff. They try to get out the block, go out on the yard so they can be incognito. He up there in the cell stuck with these two white boys, which later on, when everything was over, them white boys was like, man, he came up in there just naked, man, bleeding. We ain't know what to do. They sitting in the cell like this, like, what is he doing in here? They scared to say something to him. He standing up in their cell, buck naked, bleeding. They in there scared to even talk. Man, it was just crazy. I'm telling you, man, you can't make this stuff up. So they was tripping when it was all over. But he stay up in there till the police come. The police come. Everybody go to your cell. They screaming and hollering and all that. They go up and, you know, I guess Boo-Boo heard the noise of the police coming in and hollering. Everybody go to their cell. So Boo-Boo done took the thing out the door. I know I told this story on one of these platforms, but Boo-Boo take the thing out the door and look out the door, man. And he just look around, and I guess he looked down and he see the blood on the floor. And he see the tower, the visual. He know that's Charles' tower. And man, this is like a scene from the movie, you know, like what do you call it? Like The Exorcist or something. He just changed, man. He just put his face in that door and started banging it. Open my door, open my door, open my door. And people kept saying, ain't no doors open. Everybody go to your single. And he looked out there and he put his face in that door and he just started screaming, Charles! Charles! Ah! He said, if y'all did something, Charles, I'm gonna kill you, MFs. I'm gonna kill you! Charles! Man, it was crazy, man. They started, police telling them, be quiet, shut up. Hey, F you! Charles! Charles! Man, it was crazy. They go down to the cell with Charles at. They open the door. They get him out. They try to ask him what's going on, why you bleeding, whatever. They cuff him up. They take him out there, buck naked. He walk on about the block. He try to stop at his cell. Try to tell Boo-Boo what went on. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You did it. Who did it? I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Who did it to you? Charles. Charles. It was crazy. It was a madhouse, man. But, yeah, man, dudes went out on the yard. They closed down rec, started telling people to come back. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm trying to remember. I think Junie got locked up. They just got locked up on investigations or whatever. But it was just a mad scene, man. It was crazy as I don't know. And I'm going to tell you this, and I said it before too, if Junie ain't had them locks, man, Charles would have did the thing to him, man. He'd have did the thing to him. Because even with them locks, Charles still was strong dude, man, and he was fighting, man. He was fighting for his life, but he was fighting, you know. But Junie, like I say, he ain't had that killer in him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had it in him, and I don't think he anticipated getting the fight that he got, you know, because he made his move, boom, with the hot water, boom. He thought he was gonna just drop him and do what he could do to him, but that ain't how it turned out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it was just a crazy. But that was my Sally. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get involved because he got his own crew. He got his own clique. So I'm just sitting back watching. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I can remember that incident just as crazy as I don't know what. And like I said, I tell y'all that incident because of the simple fact, like I say, everything that look big don't mean they're going to go super hard. Man, because like I say, size don't mean nothing in the penitentiary. It's the size of your heart, how far you willing to go, what you willing to do, how much you willing to sacrifice. Because make no mistake about it, every time you step out there on the battlefield, not only you may have the mentality that you going to do what you got to do, you'll take a life if you got to take a life, if that's what it called for, whatever the situation may be. You also got to understand that same time is two sides of every coin. Your life is on the line. Somebody may take your life. So all of that go into play too. And that's why I say if you can't live like that, prison ain't the place for you. Because like I said, it's going to come, confrontation is going to come to you one way or another, and you're going to have to be able to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it emphatically, you're going to have more and more and more problems. It's just how it is, because people in there prey on the weak. That's what they do. They prey on the weak, you know. And like I say, situations, you have to be able to read these situations the right way. If you can't read them the right way, and that one mistake can cost you your life. You know, and I learn lessons on there all the time. I always learn lessons on there. And a lot of lessons I learned, like I said, I learned the hard way because I didn't know. Because I was green, because I was uneducated to the whole prison system. I ain't been locked up before. I'm still early in my years. I ain't got 10 years under my belt, you know, when I'm on Augusta. Matter of fact, I ain't even got 5 under my belt on Augusta at this particular time. So I'm learning too, and I'm already realizing and acknowledging I'm in a zoo, man. I'm in a human zoo. You got people in here that's animals. You got people in here that's savages. You got people in here that care zero about your life. Zero. You see what I'm saying? If you were ends to their means, they would eliminate you. You drop dead today and fall out there and walk right over top of you, same people that was talking to you yesterday. Or they'll say, oh, well, Banker was all right, but man, hey, you know, yeah, woo, woo, woo. And that's just how it is. And until you get that understanding, man, you're going to be lost in there, man. So it's just, like I say, every day is a new experience. Every day is a learning experience. And like I say, I went through a lot of trials and tribulations on here. All of them I can't even tell y'all about because this video will be too long. You know, but I can remember one incident that was a learning experience for me. I think I said it too, maybe on the other platform. I'm not sure. Because like I told you, I don't write this down. I just go off of memory. But I can remember being out on that basketball court. That basketball court was a danger zone too, man. Because everybody get out there and try to play. Everybody can't play. Everybody get out there who, even if you can't play, if you lose, they got an attitude. If they win, they bragging too much, we give another dude an attitude. If a dude checking you too hard, then you got an attitude with him because you can't get your shot off. All types of dynamics. It just breeds confrontation. And I can remember being out there, man, balling, which I didn't want to ball as much. I wasn't never the best dude, but I was a good shooter and I liked the exercise. So I balled every now and then, even though knowing that it was drama out there. And I can remember I was balling out there one day, man. I was getting off on the dude, man. I mean, this day, man, I was just hitting everything, every shot. And I was talking trash, man. And the dude that was checking me, he was about my size. He my size back then, too. I'm young. He couldn't do nothing with me. So I'm a spot-up shooter. When I shake him off me, push him off me, and get open and get the ball, I'm knocking it down. So I'm talking trash to him, He get mad. His teammates screaming at him, hollering at him or whatever. So he get to try being rough with me and talking trash to me, but he shooting me little elbows and everything. And I tell him off the rip, you better check yourself, boy. You better check yourself. Man, I ain't up to play ball, You know, but he kept on doing it, So he did it one time, man, when I took a shot, and I missed the shot, but he ran into me and hit me and almost knocked me down. So when I got up, I said, man, you know what I'm saying? What the F wrong with you, man? So he said, man, F you. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Knocked him, slam out. Just like that, 3-piece. Bang, bang, bang. Knocked him out. So he hit, we on concrete. We playing ball on concrete on Augusta. He hit the ground. Bang, then he hit his head, you know. So he messed up. You know what I'm saying? So dudes come over there. So I'm like, what's up? Because I don't know who with him. I'm like, what's up? Don't nobody approach me. Don't nobody get around me because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So they go over there, aid to him, get him up. I'm like, man, y'all fight, man. We trying to play ball. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, whatever it is, man, you know, he ran up on me. So boom, they get him up. They get him conscious. They talk to him. He bleeding or whatever. He sleeping in the block with me. You see what I'm saying? So boom. So when they get him up and everything, they get him on his feet. I'm asking, what's up? I mean, what's up? You trying to go? He's like, nah, you got that, woo, woo. So me being so green, I'm thinking, okay, all right, everything, all right. He know, I ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody else say nothing, man. Finish playing ball, they do their thing, whatever. Shh. Man, that lesson right there could have cost me my life, man. I told you, man, I can't remember exactly whether it was a week or 2 weeks, a couple of days, whatever. But I'm out there, I'm playing poker, right? And this bama came up behind me with the lock in the sock and clubbed me, bloop, and knocked me to the floor. Now, I think I told this on its own, but when he hit me, just being honest, man, I seen so many stars, man. I seen more stars than I ever seen in the sky on a starry night. And man, it was just twirling around in my head, man, and I could feel it knot growing in my head. And I'm like, whoa, had he hit me one more time, boom, I was finished. But instead, he wanted to run his mouth. He wanted to make sure everybody who was in the block knew what I did to him. So he wanted to make sure that they know what he did to me. So he talking loud and trying to get everybody to look at him. I told you, put your hands on me. Yeah, you think I knock me out, I kill you, woo. And the more he talking, I'm hearing him and I'm trying to pre-bargain with him like, all right, okay, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got it, all right. But all the time I'm getting myself back together. I'm getting back and more back together. The stars is getting less and less, till I'm down to 3, 4. Then I'm just seeing 1, and then I'm like, okay. And then now I'm on my knees, and I'm getting ready to try to stand up, and he steady with the lock in the sock standing in front of me running his mouth. And man, that joker let me stand up, and I'm like, okay, bro, okay, you know what I'm saying? No, you don't. And he let me get close enough to him. Boom, I drop. And man, when I drop him, he fall down, and the little lock in his sock fall out his hand. And I picked that thing up and beat him, man. I beat him until he came in there and stopped me, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, looking back in retrospect, I'm glad they did come in there and stop me, because if they don't come in there and stop me, man, I would have beat them to death. That's just how mad, frustrated, and disappointed I was myself to be caught like that. But I was so mad. And then I'm mad at these cats at the table. They play poker with me, Eddie. You let this dude walk up behind me, hit me. When I got out of jail, I was trying to get at them, you know. But it was a learning experience for me. And that was one thing that I knew all the time, but it just solidified it in me early. See, like I say, I was fortunate enough to get some of these lessons early in my bit, that you don't put your hands on another man and let him stay around you and assume that you safe. Assume that you done scared him so much that he don't want to bother you no more. You can scare a dude into killing you. You can scare a dude into killing you. You can make a dude so embarrassed or so disappointed in himself that he'll sneak up on you and kill you. I've seen it done. In later years, I've seen it done. You know, dudes that wasn't killers, dudes that won't build like that, but their pride got involved, or people got in their ear and put a battery in their back. You gonna let them do that to you, and they make a move that they ain't even really want to make. But once it's made, it's made. Once a life is gone, it's gone. You see what I'm saying? So he could have simply came up behind me like he did with the lock in the sock. He could have had that Bethlehem, and I wouldn't even be talking to y'all right now. You know, so I was blessed. I was lucky. You see what I'm saying? I was lucky, you know. But man, that's just how it go down in there. You just got to learn every day. You got to understand what you up against. You got to understand where you at. If you put your hands on somebody in prison, hopefully you'll never be in prison. But if you put your hands on somebody in prison, you got to get them away from you, man. You got to get them away from you. I don't care you think they weak. I don't care you think they soft. Whatever. I told you. I remember a dude, man. He played this white dude for a week, man. He took his stuff. And he take the audacity to go out there and play cards the next day, knowing that he done took this man's stuff, and the man's still in the block. White boy came right up behind him and stabbed him in the top of the head and killed him. Killed him right there in the park. Right there in the park, you know. And he won't built like that, but he did it. You see what I'm saying? You ain't nobody no killer until they kill. So, yeah, those hard lessons, man. They real hard lessons, man. So, like I say, man, every situation that you get into in prison, man, is a potentially deadly situation. Is a potential situation that might take your life or somebody else's life. You know, you're gonna have altercations in prison. That's just what it breeds. It breeds altercation. You know, but you have to be ready and prepared to do whatever you got to do. Because, like I say, even if you have to hurt somebody or take a person's life, you know, and for you, for self-preservation, it's better than losing your own. You know, it's better than losing your own life if you got the will to live. But these are situations you'll be put in prison, man, and whether you want to be or not, you know, whether you want to be or not. And it's just it's a crazy dynamic, man, because you could defend yourself and put yourself in a position where you hurt somebody or take somebody's life, and that could cause you never to get out. But what is the alternative? If you get killed, you ain't getting out neither, and you'll never see your family again. So it's just it's prison, man. It's horrible. It's horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. I told you it's horrible. And like I say, Augusta was mad crazy. It was mad learning experience. And I did learn a lot on it. It ain't no ands, ifs, or buts about that. But at the same time, I think it put me on the path that I ended up taking the rest of my bit, where I felt like violence solved everything, where I felt like, where I know what I do, so, you know, it gave you a sense of false sense of invincibility. Because I felt like knowing that I would do whatever I got to do, that ain't nobody gonna mess with me. That ain't the case. Because once people know that is your mentality, if they do have an altercation with you, they already thinking murder. They already thinking they got to kill you because they know what they dealing with. But in my mind, I felt like, well, once they know this about me, then they know, you know what I'm saying, what they dealing with when they deal with me, so it ain't gonna be no problem. That is not true. That is not true. There may be problems, but you better be prepared to do what you say you're going to do, because that's how they coming at you. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to keep a lot of people off you, but the serious ones, if they got an altercation with you, you know how they coming. You know, and you have to understand that, man, because it's just it's a wicked situation, and it's a wicked environment, man, that you don't want to ever catch yourself in or be in. And like I say, man, I want the most dangerous person in prison. I was the most dangerous self in my mind. But you had dudes in there that didn't even have the morals or the principles that I had. I was never going to attack nobody just because. I was never going to try to do nothing to nobody just because I felt I could take advantage of them. That was never my position. But my position was, if you oppose me, I'm going to do whatever. And I don't care, because I'm going to feel like I'm protecting me. But you got dudes in there that got the mentality that they going to do whatever they want to do to whoever they want to do it to. And that's a different position. But you have those type of mentalities in there. You see what I'm saying? So it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. And I you know, that's why I feel blessed out here every day, man. I feel blessed out here every day because, like I say, I feel blessed to even have got through what I got through, to be here talking to y'all, trying to give y'all this lesson, man, that you would never have to go through it yourself, and that you may share it with somebody else and try to stop them from going through it. If you know somebody that's on the wrong path, you need to let them know, whatever path you on, you need to get up off of, because if it leads to prison, it ain't where you want to be. It's going to be worse than anything you ever imagined, anything you seen on TV, anything that you went through out here. That's going to be worse, because you have no say-so in what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. Zero. You just have to react and respond. And that's just what it is, you know. So like I say, Augusta taught me a lot of lessons, man. I went through a lot of things on there. And like I say, some of the incidents y'all already know about. Is a lot more that y'all don't. But you know how I ended up leaving. I ended up leaving with the big ramming thing and the big dude thing. So that just combined, and people ain't want me there no more. They got rid of me. So I ended up getting gone. Next stop, Mecklenburg. Another prison, more prisons, man. more problems, more issues, more different things to deal with, more different type of attitudes, personalities, characters to deal with. That's what it is. You have no say-so in where you go. You have no say-so in when you go. They come pack you up today and say you going here, you going. By force or by choice, but you are going because you're going to be on that count list for that evening to be there, and they're going to get you there. Even if they get your body there, they're going to get you there because they have to get you there. So that's just what it is, man. But Augusta, man, it taught me a lot of lessons. I was glad that I survived that, man, with just a couple of scrapes, nothing, real serious. But I learned a lot, and I learned a lot in every prison I went to because I had to. But man, it was rough, and I was early. I was early in the bit. Still, that's how fast things happen in prison. Prison is not gonna wait for you to catch up. You gonna have to catch up to prison when you get in there. They don't care that you don't know nothing. They don't care that you green. They don't care that you just start. They don't care nothing about that. You gonna have to catch up to speed of what's going on to be able to better protect yourself and to be able to better navigate yourself through the time that you got to do. So, yeah, man, that was some of my experiences on Augusta. I maybe revisit Augusta, maybe revisit some of these characters that I told y'all about in Augusta, because a lot of these dudes got some stories within their self. But y'all let me know in the comments what y'all want to know about. Let me know in the comments how you think, how you feel about this video. If y'all want me to continue, next stop, Mecklenburg, y'all let me know. But in the meantime, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all for the support. TBP stand up. All my members, stay tuned. I'm going to try to start doing Zoom videos with all my members so we can just sit there and chat and talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I want to see y'all faces or whatnot since all y'all have seen me. So stay tuned. I'm trying to figure that out and work that out. But everybody who supported me in 2022, man, let's ride out and let's spread this message, this positive message, man, this positive energy, man. All negativity, you can keep it to yourself. We on a positive movement over here. We trying to reach some people. We trying to help some people. We trying to change some courses in people's life so they won't end up in the places that I end up in. And that's what we trying to do over here. So everybody who ride with me, I appreciate y'all. Y'all go check out my cooking page, man, Banky Pound, Pure Deliciousness. We cooking that stuff over there. So y'all rock with me in 2022. I'm rocking with y'all, as I tell you all the time. I ain't going nowhere without y'all, man. And that's just what it is. So keep supporting, and I'm going to keep on doing what I got to do. Love y'all out there. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and always duck that hook. Bye!
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.